My fellow Americans, it's time to declare war and take back the rights that have been taken from us. Welcome to the start of the Second American Revolution. This is the American Patriots channel. It's the place where we solve America's most challenging problems. So, how is our country doing? Is it headed in the right direction? I'm sure that most of you feel as I do, and would say our country is not doing well and our future does not look good. So then, what's wrong? What is causing the decline of our nation? Is it inflation? Or is it inequality? The division between the left and the right? Or lockdowns and poor handling of the pandemic? Maybe it's the dramatic rise in illegal border crossings, or the significant increase in violent crime. Americans know that there is something wrong. They can feel it. They probably don't know exactly what it is, but they know it's there. All of the issues that I have just described are symptoms. They are not the underlying cause. But there is something that is causing all of them. You've come to the right place to find answers. The sole purpose of this channel is to serve the people of this great nation. Unlike others, I will not monetize this channel nor accept any form of compensation. My purpose is to give and not to take. I am here to restore America, to bring back the justice, to bring back the equality, to bring back the prosperity, and all of the other rights and privileges that were established by our founders long ago. In the following series, we will explore what has gone wrong in America. Together, we will uncover what has caused all of these problems and more, and most importantly, how to correct them and restore our nation. Our country is in a great deal of trouble. We are weaker and more divided than we have been in a very long time. The last time that we were this divided was 160 years ago. As you may recall, that was the period that led up to the Civil War. If we take no action to turn things around, then our country will continue to weaken and decline. For you see, the laws of nature dictate that there is only growth or decline. Either on a personal level or a national one, there is only expansion or decay. There can be no doubt that our nation is declining. So then, who is it that is responsible for our distress and misfortune? To answer that question, we simply have to look for those who are flourishing. And where do these abusers of the masses reside? They are found in the boardrooms and executive suites, in high towers looking down on the rest of us. They are found in the offices of government and places of power and influence, on Wall Street, but never on Main Street. They use all manner of trickery to keep us in line. They appease us with handouts that look good on the surface until we realize that the rich and powerful have been given far more. Take, for example, the tax cut of 2018. A middle-class family saved enough from that tax cut to buy 4 tires for their car. However, an upper-class family saved enough to buy a brand new Lexus. Notice that they were eager to tell us how the middle-class families would benefit, but hid the true reason for the tax cut, which was to help their rich friends. Here's another example: right-to-work laws. These laws sound good because they appear to give workers new rights, but in reality, they take away their ability to negotiate for pay and benefits. As a result, these laws enable executives to give themselves fabulous compensation packages while leaving workers with a mere pittance. The fruit of those who do honest work is being stolen by those who don't deserve it. They even prey on the disadvantaged, like the poor, minorities, and women, acting as though they are on their side, when in reality, using them as mere pawns in a grand scheme to gain power. For example, they are all too eager to provide handouts to the poor, but never a hand up to help them escape poverty, thereby keeping the poor dependent upon them. Greed is at the root of this evil. Greed for power, greed for wealth, and greed for status. Our country was founded to be for the people, but it has evolved into a host for rich and powerful parasites to feed on. Quite honestly, far too many of them couldn't care less about us. Their only concern regarding us is that we remain pacified and continue to serve as a resource for their plunder. What plunder, you say? Take, for example, Ray Irani, former CEO of Occidental Petroleum, who was paid $1.1 billion during his tenure with the company. Where do you think that company came up with such a large sum? They got it by raising prices and keeping worker pay low. So it came from you and it came from me. You have to wonder how it got this way. Looking back to the beginning, we find that our country was founded by those of brilliant intellect and insight. They created a government that established unalienable rights and freedoms for us all. But these heroes of our homeland knew only too well of the character of mankind. They worried that all too soon their creation would be corrupted by those seeking power and wealth. And so it has come to pass. Consider our present-day leaders. Although there are some good ones, all too many are dishonest, disloyal, and self-serving. We American patriots say, away with them, replace them with honest and principled civil servants. There are two things that stand in our way of our mission to restore our nation to the shining star that our founders had envisioned. And yet, they are both within our control. The first is ignorance, being unaware of the truth. Now, this may sound like a non-issue, however, it is anything but. There are powerful forces at work that bombard us almost constantly with disinformation. If you study the art of propaganda, all of a sudden your eyes are open to the treachery that's going on right before us. Here are some examples. They use specific words or phrases and repeat them over and over again until we assume that what they're saying is true. Remember the insurrection of January 6th? Well, it was a riot, to be sure, but not one person of the 727 people arrested has been charged with insurrection. How about the George Floyd riots? They attempted to convince us that they were just protests, even though those riots caused 18 deaths and $2 billion worth of damage. They also try to trigger an emotional reaction, such as fear, by using phrases such as existential threat or threat to our democracy, so that we will be less likely to use reason and discover the hollowness of their claims. Here on the American Patriots channel, we will pull back the curtain so that you will learn the truth. The second thing that stands in our way is pacifism. In 1775, Patrick Henry proclaimed, "Give me liberty or give me death." What an incredible amount of courage, hard work, and sacrifice was required to defeat the armies of the most powerful nation on earth and bring freedom to us all. If our country was primarily made up of pacifists, then we would most likely still be under the control of a foreign nation. By recalling this heroic struggle, we recognize that Americans are not afraid of conflict. Each of us is ready and willing to stand up and defend what is right and just. Our struggle today is to take back the power from the elites and place it where it belongs, with the people. Even though this will be a battle with as much at stake as the revolution, we do not need to resort to violence to achieve our victory. Our weapons are the courage and the iron will of the American people, who have proven time and time again that we will accept any challenge, face any foe, and pay any price for freedom. Are we to sit idly by and allow our homeland to crumble before our eyes? I say, hell no! We will not lie down when facing this injustice. Make no mistake, this is a power struggle. Either we restore power to the people or we don't. Either we free ourselves or we remain oppressed. So I ask of you one thing at this time. It's very simple, really. Spread the word. Tell your friends and tell your family that there is a new American revolution and they can be part of it. Click the like button and subscribe to this channel so that it will be more easily found by others. Then click the bell to be notified when the next video is released. Until next time, I would like to leave you with this thought. The American spirit is unstoppable. The torch of freedom unquenchable. America's best days are yet to come. This is Jeff Penrod, signing off.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets break clear, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the reign.